Today we're going to talk about integers, what they are and what they aren't. Now most people, when they think of integers, they're thinking of any positive or negative number, which is slightly true sometimes. So let's dive into what an integer is. This is a number that's found on the number line. So it's a number that's found on the number line. Now normally we're used to seeing number lines look something like this. It has a no true beginning and no true end, but most of the time up until possibly 5th grade, your number lines has started at 0 and then gone up. Now sometimes they've skip counted by 1, sometimes they might have skip counted by 10, but every single time, usually the first benchmark number has been a 0. Now that's not really true in real life. Imagine if you owe somebody money. So let's say that right now you have $0 and you get $5. Now that is an integer because it's a positive number on a number line. But let's say now instead of having $0 and getting $5, let's say you borrow $5 from somebody, which means that you really have less than $0 because if you get any money, you're going to have to pay back the person that you owe. So you can have a positive integers like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you can also have negative integers. So think about this as owing money. So I owe somebody $1, $2, $3, $4, and $5. All of these numbers are examples of integers. Now, a big question I have with students is 0 an integer or is 0 an integer? And that answer is also yes because it's found on a number line. Now think about all of these numbers on a number line. What you do not see are fractions or decimals. These are not examples of integers. They have to be whole, positive or negative numbers. So using that information with an introduction of integers, let's go through a handful of numbers and decide whether they are in fact integers or they are not integers. So I give 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's give the number 1007. Let's give the number 2314.8. Let's give the number negative 87. Let's give the number negative 8942.006. And we're going to look at the rules for each one. Now, number 1, the number is 1007. Is that an integer? Could I find that on a number line? Yeah, it's going to be going with the positive numbers. It has a 0 in it, but that doesn't necessarily matter. And it doesn't have fractions or decimals, so that is in fact an integer. Number 2, if I look, I see a decimal, and because it is a decimal, that makes it not an integer. Number 3, negative 87. Can I find that on a number line? Yes, I will be going backwards. I would owe somebody $87. A negative number is in fact an integer. And the last one, I couldn't really find number 4 on a number line because it has these decimals, so that makes it not an integer. So, just a quick recap. An integer is a positive or negative number that you could find on a number line. Zeros are okay, and it cannot have a fraction or decimal. Don't forget to like or follow and watch some of the other videos. Thanks, guys.